Hi guys, my name is Manish and welcome back to your favorite show, Planet Bollywood. I'm here to bring you all the latest, most updated information about your favorite celebrities and everything that's happening in Bollywood and on social media. Now I'm going to kickstart the show, but before that, I just want to remind you guys to check out our Zoom Facebook page for the latest updates about your favorite celebrities. Now without wasting much more time, let's kickstart the show. Rhea Chakravarti alleges false narrative being played out by NCB against her in bail plea. Deepika's brand new look is drool-worthy. Ankita alleges if Rhea loved Sushant, why didn't she stop him from consuming banned substances? Bombay High Court pulls up BMC over Kangana Ranawat's office demolition. Salman to resume shooting for Radhe soon. रिया ने सुशांत की फैमिली से उनके आदतें छुपाई क्योंकि वो खुद उनके साथ बैंड सब्सटेंसेस कंज्यूम करना चाहती थी। अगर उन्हें पता था कि सुशांत is battling mental health issues, why did she allow him to consume banned substances? These are the allegations being made by Ankita Lokhande in social media statements against Rhea Chakravarti, who was arrested for procuring and consuming banned substances with the late actor. After Rhea's arrest earlier this week on charges of procurement and consumption of banned substances, which she undertook along with Sushant, Ankita had shared a post which said, "Nothing happens by chance, by fate. You create your own fate by your actions. That's karma." Ankita had also commented on Sushant's sister Shweta's post celebrating Rhea's arrest and dropped heart emojis in reaction to her statements about truth and justice prevailing. Well guys, there seems to be a war of words that has emerged between supporters of Rhea Chakravarti and Sushant's ex-girlfriend Ankita Lokhande, who has been supporting Sushant's family and has been rather against Rhea Chakravarti all along. Now after having shared a cryptic post about karma which seemed to have been directed at Rhea Chakravarti, Ankita Lokhande has now shared a detailed statement accusing Rhea Chakravarti of multiple things. Now this has not gone down well with supporters of Rhea Chakravarti and they're calling Ankita an opportunist and someone looking for publicity. Here's the story. Actor Shibani Dandekar, who has been vocal in her support for Rhea, had taken an indirect jibe at Ankita and commented about people knowing a lot about fate and karma and added, "You know who you are." Perhaps in response to this post and Rhea's earlier allegations of Ankita commenting on the matter, though she claimed she wasn't in touch with Sushant since 2016, Ankita has put out a long note on social media where she claims she only wants justice for her late friend and his family. Clarifying that she had never commented about how Sushant passed away and whether she suspected foul play, Ankita alleged that she has only based her comments based on her knowledge of Sushant till 2016. She also added that, "I have total faith in the Maharashtra state government, police and central government instrumentalities." In her post, Ankita questions why Rhea allowed Sushant to consume banned substances if she knew he was battling mental health issues. On the one hand, she says she was coordinating with all the doctors for his betterment of health on request of Sushant Singh Rajput, and on the other hand, she was coordinating logistics for him. Should she have allowed a depressed man to consume drugs? How is that going to help? His condition would deteriorate to a level that would make a man take the action that Sushant Singh Rajput has allegedly taken. She was the closest person to him at the time. She also goes on to question why Rhea didn't inform Sushant's family if he was getting dependent on banned substances. As per her, she informed his family about his ongoing treatment, but did she ever inform them about his consumption? I'm sure she didn't, because maybe she herself enjoyed consuming it. And this is why I feel it's karma or fate. However, it looks like Ankita's explanatory and accusatory note has not gone down well with those supporting Rhea. Shibani Dandekar on social media expressing her disgust on the contents of the note and accusing Ankita of playing a role in what is being called a witch hunt against Rhea. Such a grotesque letter by Ankita. This princess of patriarchy, who has never dealt with her own relationship issues with Sushant, clearly she wants her 2 seconds of fame and has capitalized on Rhea being arrested. She has played a major role in this witch hunt and she needs to be called out. Enough, Ankita. No one has more hate in their heart than you. One can only hope that after weeks of an increasingly hostile battle between different sides, the actual truth of what caused Sushant's ultimate demise finally emerges.
Bollywood's queen just gave her crowning glory an all-new look. Yes, we are talking about our favorite Leela, Mastani and Padmavati, whose brand new look was shared by many of her fan pages on social media.
Deepika Padukone and Ranveer Singh have spent the lockdown together in Mumbai in their home. Now, while Deepika has spent most of the lockdown with home improvement activities, which she has filed under productivity activities, and she's also spent time in trying to spread awareness about mental health issues, her husband, on the other hand, Ranveer Singh, has hit the gym like never before and is looking more buff than he ever has. Now, while Ranveer awaits the release of his films 83 and Jesh Bhai Jordar, Deepika is all set to resume work on her next film and will be flying out to Goa very soon. Check it out.
Deepika, who is a part of Shakun Batra's untitled film, will be joining Siddhant Chaturvedi and Ananya Pandey as they begin the first schedule of what is being called a domestic noir film. But that's pretty much all that we know. In fact, Deepika's new haircut, and from what we can see, a new hair color as well, seems to be for this new project where she is rumored to be playing a complex and layered character. While Deepika didn't post any pictures on her social media page of her new look, unke fan pages seem to have found her photographs from the salon where she went for some much needed pampering or new look creation. Deepika seemed to be casually dressed, and given the new safety guidelines, she was in a matching mask as well. Deepika was last spotted in public when she came back with her husband Ranveer from Bengaluru after spending time with her parents, whom she hadn't seen for almost 5 months during the lockdown. While in some of the new pictures from the salon, Deepika is taking selfies. It seems like she posed for pictures as well to showcase her new hairstyle from all the flattering angles possible. Well, having hardly seen Deepika over the past few months, her fans were absolutely ecstatic to see her face again and to see her in this brand new look. In fact, just before the lockdown, Deepika had cut her hair short for the first time and debuted her new look at an award show, which made people go gaga for her chic new hairstyle. In fact, Deepika ke shorter hair se inspired hoke, her good friend Alia too opted for an in-house trim and thanked a special someone for her new look. We love seeing Deepika in this brand new look, but we also can't wait to see her on screen again. Hope that day comes soon.
Come October, Salman Khan will be back on sets as Radhe, Your Most Wanted Bhai. After spending most of the lockdown at his farmhouse in Panvel, where he starred in 3 music videos, Salman is gearing to return to a film set in the first week of October. Salman Khan is the undisputed Sultan of swag. I mean, Salman jo bhi karte hain, dabang style mein karte hain. And we hear now that Salman is all set to cheer up his heartbroken fans who were really disappointed at the fact that there was no Salman Khan film that released on Eid this year. Now, from what we hear, Salman is all set to resume shooting for his much-awaited film Radhe, Your Most Wanted Bhai in a few weeks, and we hear that there are just a couple of scenes and a song sequence left for the completion of this film. Now, the film shooting had been stalled thanks to the lockdown, and now with the shoot resuming, we hope that the film can be completed by the end of this year. Check out the story. Salman and Eid have had a very special connection with the superstar's film releasing each year on this holiday. A Salman Khan film is an event in itself. And with huge openings and at least 100 crore box office collections, he remains one of the most bankable stars in the business. He was all set for Radhe Your Most Wanted Bhai to be his blockbuster this year, but sadly pandemic की वजह से इस साल ईद पर सलमान का जादू नहीं चल पाया. But the actor, who was at his farmhouse in Panvel for almost 5 months before returning to Mumbai, made creative use of the lockdown as well, singing and acting in 3 different music videos, one of which also starred Jacqueline Fernandez. Now, after a long break from a movie set, Bhaijan लौट रहे हैं into the lights and in front of the camera. We hear that a set is being constructed soon at Mehboob Studio and the last schedule of filming for Radhe can begin as early as the first week of October. A source has shared that after he shoots for the opening episode of a reality show he hosts, सलमान 10-12 दिन के शेड्यूल में राधे का शूट कंप्लीट करेंगे. It's a short schedule of 10 to 12 days at Mehboob Studio in Mumbai. The shoot also includes a song featuring Salman Khan and his leading lady Disha Patni. The antagonist Randeep Hooda along with Jackie Shroff, who has a strong supporting role, will also be a part of this schedule, added sources close to the project. We hear that the film's director Prabhudeva will be back in Mumbai soon and undergo a mandatory quarantine period. This may also cause a delay of a day or two, but the studio has been blocked for the set construction work to begin. Salman and Prabhudeva, who have collaborated successfully together many times, have been working through the lockdown on the edit and post-production of the scenes that have already been filmed to make sure there is no further delays after the final schedule. Here's hoping theatres open soon and we finally get to see a glimpse of Sabki Aan, Sabki Shaan, Sabke Most Wanted Bhaijan, Salman Khan. With a notice of less than 24 hours and while her lawyer's appeal was still being heard by the court, demolition activity began at Kangana Ranaut's office building of structures that were allegedly illegal as claimed by the BMC. Now this comes hot on the heels of the war of words between Kangana Ranaut and politician Sanjay Raut. लेकिन आखिर क्यों ये कदम कंगना के खिलाफ उठाया गया है and were there any grounds for this and what is the way forward? Check it out. आखिर क्यों कंगना के खिलाफ ये कदम उठाया गया? Were there any grounds for this action and what is the way forward? Zoom had an exclusive interaction with the man battling the BMC, Kangana's lawyer, Rizwan Siddiqui. Mr. Siddiqui answered the questions on everyone's mind while shedding light on the critical facts of the case and giving us an exclusive insight into the events that led up to the demolition attempt.
In the morning, when they reached the premises of my client, with about 50-70 people from municipal department and from the police force, which were later joined by more people. I think there were about 100 people with bulldozers and with all sorts of latest equipment to bring down the structure of my client, with ulterior motives and malefied intentions, was already ready. And at that time, they serve a reply to my client by pasting it on the wall that the reply given by me has been rejected. So that means at 10:35 yesterday, they tell my client, that the response given by me on behalf of my client has been rejected. And by that time, they're already ready for demolition. So that means the pasted notice was nothing but just to, place on record that the refusal has been there a part of proceedings, meaning the proceedings which will be taken before the court also. And just for record, they did whatever they were supposed to do. They entered the premises. They not only demolished, they broke open the lock. They started demolishing with bulldozers and other equipments, heavy equipments. But they also started breaking items which were personal items and they could be moved. They were movable items like lights, like fans, like expensive chandeliers, like paintings, like artifacts, like sofas, televisions. I mean, a whole lot of items, furniture items, which could be moved. They started breaking that. These kind of breakage clearly shows that they had an intention and an objective to cause damage to my client. I mean, damage meaning monetary damage to my client, and to put her at some kind of a huge monetary loss. After this, whatever has been done by them has been done by them. They have not stopped at that. Now they're trying to create another confusion as a face saving by linking another matter which has got nothing to do with this matter, a 2018 matter, which is to do with a builder and to do with the society. They are trying to link that matter with this matter and trying to confuse the general public. Well, I'll be dealing with that matter also. I'll be filing some additional documents. I'll be also filing cases for criminal intimidation, threat, trespass, and other things. I will not stop at this. I'll be also claiming damages, the huge damage that they have caused to my client by their willful acts of omissions, negligence, and of course coupled with ulterior motives and malified intentions, which were clearly seen in their acts of yesterday and day before yesterday. I mean, in the continuous 3-4 days that they've been behaving. Others in the vicinity were also served notices. Nobody's house was broken, and nobody comes with a battalion of people and blocks the road and comes with 40-50 police officers to break somebody's house. So the actions which are recorded on television, recorded by the media persons that have been shown on television, speaks for itself. I don't think I need to speak anything further. We just hope and pray that justice is delivered and we take this matter forward. Thank you.
Rhea Chakrabarti, who was arrested by the NCB and sent to the Baikala jail, has filed a bail plea in a sessions court. This is her second bail plea in which her lawyer has alleged on her behalf that the NCB is spinning a false narrative in the case, and also claimed that Rhea is innocent and was coerced under duress to make the confessions that she did. The twists and turns in the Sushant Singh Rajput case continue unabated. Rhea Chakrabarti has been interrogated by the CBI, the NCB and the ED, and she has been finally arrested on the grounds of consumption and procuring banned substances for herself and for Sushant Singh Rajput. And she's also been allegedly accused of being part of a banned substance syndicate. Here's the story. In a new twist in the tale, Rhea's lawyer Satish Manishinde, who had called her arrest a travesty of justice, has now filed a new bail plea. Times Now, which has accessed the complete bail application, has reported that Rhea has made two major claims in her new plea. The first is that a false narrative is being spun in the case to implicate her. Secondly, Rhea and lawyer claim that the statements she gave before the NCB during questioning were made under duress and that she was coerced into making these statements. The NCB had questioned Rhea for 3 days for almost 24 hours before making an arrest. Rhea had allegedly confessed that she both procured and consumed banned substances and was involved in the financial transactions related to these procurements. The actress also allegedly admitted to giving instructions to Samuel Miranda, Dipesh Sawant and Shovik for the procurement of banned substances. That was also allegedly indicated by the chats that were accessed by Times Now. While Sushant's sister Shweta Singh Kirti and many of his fans shared celebratory posts on social media after Rhea's arrest, there is a growing section of Bollywood celebrities who have shared their shock and horror at the way Rhea has been maligned and vilified on electronic and social media. Speaking to a news channel, actor Swara Bhaskar said, "I think that what Rhea has been subjected to is absolutely horrifying. It is very relatable and very scary that social media allegations and rantings of 1 or 2 blue-tick verified accounts on social media could actually lead to a person getting caught and being accused of such serious crimes." Swara also added, "I mean, we are talking about money laundering. The ED is investigating this young woman. These are the people who should be bringing back Nirav Modi and Mehul Choksi. But what are they investigating? The CBI is supposed to be probing really serious cases, and this is what they are investigating. One can only hope that after so many delays and a continuing parallel media trial, the truth in the case can emerge and allow Sushant's family to finally get the closure after his tragic demise. And now it's time for a very quick break on the show. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back.
उद्धव ठाकरे, तुझे क्या लगता है कि तूने फिल्म माफिया के साथ मिलके मेरा घर तोड़ के मुझसे बहुत बड़ा बदला लिया है? आज मेरा घर टूटा है, कल तेरा घमंड टूटेगा। ये वक्त का पहिया है, याद रखना, हमेशा एक जैसा नहीं रहता।
After an action-packed day that was marked by Kangana Ranawat's return to Mumbai,
Kangana, would you like to say something? Kangana, can you say something?
And a controversial move by the BMC to try and demolish her office in Bandra, Kangana is finally safe at her home and actively posting on social media about her ordeal. The actor shared proofs of the BMC's approval for her office renovations, questioning the civic authorities' use of force even before the court could give its judgment. Kangana, who is now at home in Mumbai, has been posting actively on social media about the unfair way in which she has been treated by the state government and the BMC, which it governs. While many people have been extremely critical of Kangana's comments comparing Mumbai to a conflict zone in Kashmir and have also been unhappy with her repeated attacks against members of the fraternity, Kangana Ranawat received support from actors like Dia Mirza, Anupam Kher and Renuka Shahane, who criticized the BMC's attempts to demolish her office space, calling it a show of strength and an attempt to intimidate the actor. Here's the story. Kangana posted on social media and said, "My office was suddenly declared illegal in last 24 hours. They have destroyed everything inside, including furniture and lights, and now I'm getting threats that they will come to my house and break it as well. I am glad my judgment of movie mafia's favorite world's best CM was right." Further challenging those she feels were responsible for the actions against her, she posted, "Come Uddhav Thackeray and Karan Johar gang, you broke my workplace, come now break my house, then break my face and body. Whether I live or die, I will expose you regardless." Kangana has also shared a screenshot of a court document from 2018 and alleged that no notice was sent to her till the day before. She wrote, "Paid sources of Maharashtra government are spreading fake info. BMC never sent any notice to me until yesterday. BMC at least have the courage to stand by your audacity." The BMC, on the other hand, which is facing a backlash for its attempts to demolish Kangana's office, has now stated in an interview to a news channel that no further demolition was needed as all the illegal portions constructed at the site have been demolished by officials. However, the BMC has supposedly told the court that in 2018, a notice was given to Kangana Ranawat regarding violations of FSI for her residence at Khar West. Kangana had challenged the notice and it was stayed by the court. Officials from the BMC have now said that once the stay is vacated, they will initiate demolition of her residence as well. Though it is now attempting to defend its actions, the BMC was also criticized heavily by the Bombay High Court, which stayed the demolition of structures at Kangana's office today. The court used strong words in its comments, calling the BMC's conduct malified, which implies its actions were taken with the wrong intentions.
अच्छा हुआ ये मेरे साथ हुआ, क्योंकि इसके कुछ मायने हैं। जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र।
They also called their refusal to wait for proper legal procedures to be completed highly deplorable, while also questioning why such swift action has not been taken against so many illegal structures in Mumbai. While Kangana's comments were no doubt controversial, to respond vindictively has only aggravated the matter further. Only time will tell if things get resolved peacefully or a long and bitter battle between Kangana and Sanjay Raut is what awaits us. Well, guys, with that, we come to the end of another episode of your favorite show, Planet Bollywood, promising to be back tomorrow, same time, same place, with all the latest from the world of Bollywood and social media. जाते जाते मैं आपको remind करना चाहता हूँ to check out our Zoom Facebook page for all the latest about your favorite celebrities. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, ciao.